Oh, hey guys, what's going on? It's In the Gym with Team MassiveJoes. Training some chest, baby. At Anytime Fitness Blackwood, training some chest with the infamous MassiveJoes warehouse manager, boss, Josh.
AKA Belinda Blake.
Special comments by the special agents, the Big Swole Bear.
What's up?
Master.
And of course, it wouldn't be a delicious episode of In the Gym with Team MassiveJoes if we didn't have the voiceover by the big knee boss.
It's semi-large now.
Yeah,
He's-
semi-large shredded knee boss.
Kind of big knee
Yeah,
boss.
kind of big.
Started this chest workout. Actually, before we even get into it, I need to just disclaim this workout and tell you guys that this workout was put together by Boss Josh.
So it is not the genius of Joseph Mencel that was
No,
behind
I
this
said
one.
Bosch, because Bosch and I haven't trained together since December 2016. So I said, Bosch, I'm going to let you lead this workout off. So this what you're seeing here is a Boss Josh chest workout. Starting this chest workout off with 5 working sets, Team MassiveJoes extended hypertrophy of very slight incline dumbbell press.
Why are you filming a warm-up set, mate?
This is not a warm-up set, mate. Boss Josh has changed the way he's training.
Okay, so is his husband coming in to do the workout afterwards, or? Oh, mate,
I think I just saw his purse fall out of his pocket.
They're like 24 kilo dumbbells.
No, look, Boss Josh has been, since we trained together back in late 2016, he's changed the way that he's been training, and he's gone from moving that lightweight like bags of feathers to paying particular attention to his rep tempo.
Okay, so he got a vagina.
So super slow eccentrics and
I don't think
concentrics.
JB or I have ever gone and done a chest movement anything lower than the 30s.
Nah, mate, 30s is still like a warm-up.
A pressing movement
Yeah.
at least.
Warm up with the 30s. That's what you have to
Do
do.
like your warm-up set. You do a feel set and then a warm-up set and then get into the heavy shit, not the working set with the 24.
Anyway,
Look, mate, you're doing
I'm
flies with
Fly
the
as
22s.
much as he was pressing on.
Come on.
Anyway, then we moved on to exercise number 2, a flying movement, going flat bench dumbbell flies, another 5 working sets, Team MassiveJoes extended hypertrophy. You're seeing my second to last working set here with the rest pause, baby.
So I thought you weren't taking this workout, but you're still doing your extended hypertrophy shit. Did he just want to take that off you?
No, he does extended. A lot of people do extended hypertrophy. Boss Josh is one of them. But after this, it all kind of goes downhill.
Okay, yeah.
This kind of started off like
It's
a
not too
Joe,
bad.
like a Joe chest workout, but you'll see in a second it goes.
It falls away very
It
quickly.
goes a little bit haywire. Anyway, hitting these flat dumbbell flies.
Not a
with,
movement you do a lot.
No,
I don't do flat flies a lot either. I'll do
Well,
them on an incline.
as you can see how much your front delts are engaging here. Well, from the back angle.
Yeah, from the angle we had before, which is why I don't really do this movement too often. I'm not a big fan of non-constant tension flying movements, which means effectively any dumbbell fly. I'd much prefer to do a pec deck fly or a cable fly or something where the tension is constant and I can focus on my chest rather than trying to keep the weight out
Can
of
I
the
just
delts.
say, when you're using dips on as a chest movement,
Yeah.
you need on there.
You do, don't you?
Like bodyweight dips is like getting a blowjob with a condom. Sure, it feels great, but it's not doing anything.
And you're not going to get the desired result either.
Anyway, then we moved on to bodyweight dips for lower chest, for the lower pecs. Boss Josh leading the way.
I think Josh is actually falling asleep here while he's going down.
He's doing, the reps are very
So
slow.
like,
very slow.
I give the kid credit, but they're super, super slow.
Yeah.
It's not something you'd want to get a habit. I think it's good to do it for a period of time.
Yeah.
But you've got to get into the habit of doing the heavier.
You got to strap a couple 20s around your waist.
You got to try and do it weighted. And the thing with when you're doing dips and trying to hit chest is you really want to focus on the bottom half of the movement.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you go above about a 90-degree angle between your forearm and your upper arm, you start to engage a lot of triceps. So if you're trying to keep it in your chest, keep the reps to the bottom half of the movement, load them up, and move that lightweight like bags of feathers, baby.
Weighted dips are also my favorite tricep builder though.
Yeah.
Well, if you're doing the top
If
half
you-
of the
if you-
movement,
if,
they become a tricep exercise.
Which is why I do on more of a my push day.
Yeah.
I always put in weighted dips.
Is that the one day of the week that you actually train, mate? Or?
One of the two, yes.
Yeah.
one of the two days of the week.
I've got my push day and a pull day. I scrap leg day.
Anyway, then we moved on to a Boss Josh giant set. Giant setting 3 exercises, supersetted one after the other. The first one is constant tension pec deck flies.
With the hands on the neutral grip as well, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, the second one is flat dumbbell floor press, as you're about to see here. And then the third one is actually a static medicine ball hold.
This is a pretty cool superset. The one thing I don't
Giant
like,
set.
or giant set, sorry, is doing the floor presses like with the dumbbells.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't feel like 20s. I just don't feel that like they're heavy enough.
Yeah.
I feel like I would always go heavier, but once you get to a heavier weight,
You can't get them
up.
Just
You
for the viewers at home as well, I prefer this movement not as a not as a chest exercise, but as a tricep builder. Once again, for the same reason as you said with the dips.
Yeah.
Is you're not bringing a whole lot of chest in. You're bringing out your tricep in the lockout
You're squeezing
phase.
it at the top, at the lockout. You'll
Obviously,
get a little bit
it's
of
engaging
chest,
some
but-
chest, but
Yeah.
but especially I do this more as a bench press lockout technique.
Well, that's really what the floor press is for, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is a bench press lockout technique.
And
It's kind of
and-
like doing what do you call it, a board press?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, similar kind of.
But the thing
theory.
is as well is you can put a lot of weight through there.
You can.
I mean,
That's
you
what-
shouldn't have been using the 12 kilo dumbbells there. You should have been
22s.
22s.
But
Same,
as
same.
Big Swole just said, if you go heavier, you can't get them up.
Which is
why you
why
use
I'd
the
be doing them
bar, doing a rack.
in a rack. If you put it outside the rack and lay on the ground outside the rack,
Yeah.
they're a great technique.
Yeah. So for the first 2 parts of that giant set, we were using enough weight to get to failure between 10 to 15 reps. And then this static hold, we're trying to squeeze the chest for 30 seconds.
With the 1 kilo
With the 1 kilo medicine
Looks like it
ball.
weighs 100 kilos, the facials that Josh is making right
Yeah,
now.
it does. And we do that by design. The reason why we're using a light medicine ball rather than like a 10 kilo is the heavier the medicine ball, the more front delts you bring in.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're just trying to use this as a static hold to squeeze the chest, not to bring the front delts in.
You sure this wasn't your finishing exercise, mate?
And then we finished off Big Swole with one of my personal favorites. Back to Team MassiveJoes extended hypertrophy, going the above shoulder height standing cable flies. This was the point where I said, Bosh, I've had enough of this giant set dip bullshit.
Let's get into some
I'm going back to a exercise.
So this was your idea. This
that's
wasn't his
actually
idea,
going to
right?
make my chest grow.
If you compare this with the first exercise, Joe, or
Yeah.
your flies, you can see that your front delts aren't coming in, and you actually see your chest activating.
And that's why I much prefer to do flying movements, constant tension like this big knee boss, because you can really focus on squeezing the chest. And
For the
keeping
viewers
the-
at home,
keeping
if
the
you want
front
to,
delts
put
out.
the bench on a slight incline in the middle of that rack. Do it from the bottom of the
Yeah.
handles, and then do.
It becomes
constant-
incline cable flies.
Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely.
One of my
delicious.
favorites.
Oh, one of my favorites too.
Workout summary is in the description box if you guys want to give this workout a shot. And while you're giving this workout a shot, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Stay up to date with all the latest editions of In the Gym with Team MassiveJoes. If you're watching this on the mobile, don't forget to turn your post notifications on. Big Swole, where we come to and from, man?
MassiveJoes.com.
Stay massive.